My name is Aiesha Robinson. I'm a 24-year-old from Montreal, Quebec, living a typical life. I'm a university student while working part-time at the bank and coaching basketball. During my leisure time, I like to play ball myself, go out with friends, eat, hang with the family, and watch my TV show. I have all 10 toes, all 10 fingers, 20/20 vision, perfect hearing, and sense of smell. Basically, besides being anemic and excusing my horrible memory, I'm as healthy as can be. So what makes me different from anyone else? I have vitiligo, and this is my story. Honesty, real, vulnerability. This is what I bring to you today. A sneak peek in one's life. My life. The struggles, the joy, the success I embark in, all while being judged. So as you see, because you don't see somebody like me every day with two different shades of colors, I do get a lot of stares. And when I do get stares, how do I react? Well, first of all, when I see it, my first thought is, what are they thinking? When they see me, are they disgusted or are they just curious? And how I react is if someone's staring at me, I like to stare them right back. If I look at them and I see that they're staring at me in a sense where it's kind of like in a disgusted way, like they're kind of looking me up and down, like that actually happened to me today, I stare at them and I give them cut eye, and I'm like, who are you to judge me? You shouldn't be judging me. What makes you think you're better than me? Then there's the others that are just staring and out of curiosity, which I'm even guilty of doing sometimes. You see something different, you're curious, you want to know what it is. Maybe you're staring a little longer than you're supposed to, but it's only human nature. So with those people, I like to just stare at them and I just smile, and I just hope that they'll come up to me and ask questions. And if they were to ask questions, then I'm more than happy to answer. Some topics that I'm sensitive about, well, it's not that I'm sensitive about it, but some things that not that I can't stand, but that kind of irritate me, is when people ask me if I wear makeup and why I wear makeup. I wear makeup for the same reason any other girl would wear makeup. You want to enhance your looks? I do it for the same reason too. It's not because I'm trying to cover who I am. I've accepted what I have. I'm not gonna go and I put on makeup, but only on my face, like I said, for the same reason. But I would never cover it up and put makeup on my hands. Because I'm a type of person, if you're gonna like me, you're gonna like me for who I am, and you're gonna, from the beginning, you're gonna take me as I am, pretty much. So if I have vitiligo and I'm two shades, you're gonna know from the beginning. I'm not gonna come out and hide it and then surprise you the next one and be like, hey, I'm two different colors. Like, and yeah, another topic would be when people compare me, or when they tell me that at least I'm not dying, at least I have my health. Yes, I understand that, and I'm very grateful that I have my health, but at the same time, I'm still the one that has to wake up every day and be judged for the way that I look. I'm still the one that has to go on the metro and see a whole bunch of people just staring at me. And some people are very rude about it. I still have to endure all that. So yeah, I'm happy for my health and my death. I'm happy for my health and not being like having a cancer or whatnot. But there's still things that we go through that you don't know about. Yeah, so this question, what would I like others to know about me? I would like people to know that I'm just like anybody else. I have hobbies, I play sports, I go clubbing, I go out, I like roller coasters, I like to do fun things, I read. There's nothing different about me just because my complexion is different. And I just wish that people would stop judging me for that. I remember one of my friends told me that I was declined a job at a bar because of the way I looked. So it bummed me out a bit. It's like, oh, like, it's something, I took bartending classes for this. I worked hard, I paid money to do this. And then for you to go and discriminate against me because of the way I look, how do you know I'm not better than the other bartender that you hired? You didn't even give me a chance. I wish people would give me a chance. Yes, when I was no time recently, but there have been a lot of times where I have thought of committing suicide just because I didn't see a possibility of being where I wanted to be in life. Meaning I wanted to have a husband, I wanted to have kids, and I just didn't see any male being strong enough to want to be with somebody like me, because it's not going to be only me going through a journey and getting the stairs, it's going to be them, and there's going to be people asking why her when you could have anybody else. And also with just getting stared at every day, I've been to McDonald's once where I seen little girls and they saw me and they would start crying because I was so different, they didn't see me. So things like that makes me think, like, what's the point of me being here? But then again, that's when I had a weaker mind. I'm stronger, so I don't really have those thoughts as much. So with how do I cope with vitiligo? Honestly, a lot of it has to do with the support system that I have. Meaning with my family and my friends, them being there and always encouraging me and feeding me positive messages, that helps a lot. I have the same friends that I've had before I had vitiligo that stood by me. So with that helps a lot. And also I read The Secret a lot. I read and I listen to a whole bunch of positive documentaries, and with that, it helps me build my character and build self-confidence. It's really key to have confidence when dealing with something such as vitiligo.
Family. I grew up within a close family. I have 2 brothers that I share a tight bond with, and loving parents whom I've grown closer with over the years. And then, of course, I have my protective cousins, caring aunts and uncles. Having them around as I deal with vitiligo has been a tremendous help. Their kind words and shoulders to lean on has gotten me a long way. When the thoughts of suicide cross my mind, it is them that I think about that helps me stray away from the idea.
Well, when I first saw it, I more had a reaction of I had an idea of what vitiligo was. So when I realized what it was, for me it was more fear for Aiesha than anything else. How this was going to affect her and what more or less she had in store for her.
No, not for me, it didn't.
No, not at all. Not at all. She didn't change, we didn't change around her. We didn't react differently because we were kind of used to it a little bit. So it was easier for everyone to just kind of get over it.
I don't think it affects me and affects us in any way because, like TC said, like, we're used to it, so just go live day by day.
Just worries me sometimes when she go into her moments. I mean, it happens. She have good days, she got bad days, more good days because of her support network she have around her.
I've had my fair amount of friendships, Some lasted, while others died with the drama. Some friendships are fairly new, while others established from a young age. Through my ups and downs with current and past friends, I can appreciate that they've always accepted me for who I am rather than what I looked like. They've always been supportive and had my back.
Aiesha.
Definitely not.
No, not at all. I think that the only way it changes is that I see her as a strong woman, and I am so inspired by her, because for someone to be going through a life-changing, I guess, experience, that I just see her, I'm just so inspired by her and how strong she's overcome it.
My perception hasn't changed of Aiesha. She's still the same person I've known since I was a teenager, and we've kept the same friendship. You know, obviously I haven't been in Montreal as much as everyone else, but you know, we stay connected through every social outlet, through text messaging, Skype, whatever the case may be, and I still see her as the same person that I knew when we were 15, 16 years old. You know, nothing has changed and nothing will change.
I think Aiesha's process is kind of like what maybe anybody would go through if they were dealing with something. I know that she went through a lot of phases, so she went through the phases of maybe not feeling as comfortable what she was having, but I would suggest that whoever is going through something like this, they should be doing exactly what she's doing right now. So speaking about it, doing all of this, even talking to us about it. Like, I know she hadn't, she spoke to us at the beginning, but just in the past year, she's just been like way more comfortable talking to us about it. So I think basically what she's doing right now, a lot of people should look at that as something to...
I think what's important is that she surrounds herself with good friends, positive people, nobody that is going to judge her for her skin disease. Like, me personally, I don't even see it when she walks into her room. I don't see her as someone who has vitiligo. I see her as Aiesha, and it's always been like that since the time that she had the little dot on her hand. Like, unless other people come in and say, oh, Aiesha had, like, what's Aisha's skin disease? Then I remember. But if not, I don't see it. And she's just been so good about it that she makes us, as her friends, not even know she has it. Like, we don't see her with any skin disease. We just see her as Aiesha. And she stayed the same person, and if not, an even stronger person.
Like, if anything, it's had like a positive effect on me because she's bringing such awareness to this. Like, most of us probably didn't know anything about vitiligo before, so it's just bringing a lot more awareness, and it's only going to help other people that are going through the same thing.
So one day I was on the metro and I saw this girl with vitiligo, and I witnessed a man looking at her with a disgusting look on his face. My heart just sunk down to my stomach. I was so hurt for her because I just saw her sit in her seat and just like sank down, like as if she just wanted to melt in her seat. As I thought that he was just a prick, as we were getting out the metro, I went to go tell her that she was beautiful and that he is just a disgusting person for looking at her that way, and that he doesn't know what real beauty is.
Everyone has that one activity that can get them out of any funk that they might be in. For me, that activity is basketball. I've been playing since I was 8 years old. Playing basketball has actually helped me get through the toughest time. It was the only thing that could get me out of bed on days where I would just want to be buried under my covers where no one can see me. When it came to coaching now, I was nervous taking up this job because that would mean dealing with one of my fears, kids. The innocent, curious, straightforward kids. I was on edge that my own team wouldn't accept me for who I am, wouldn't focus on what I had to say because they were too busy looking at me. But thankfully, I was surrounded by a great group of girls that looked past my appearance. They were more interested in my experience and knowledge of the game, and because of them, I am stronger and more confident in my surroundings. Another concern that I had was when we would play versus our opponent. The stares I would receive from players and fans, watching one friend nudge the other to get a glimpse of me. As much as I want to convince myself that I'm being paranoid, this is actually things that I've experienced. The stares, nudging of friends, players not wanting to shake my hand after the game. Now this is not paranoia. In a perfect world, image wouldn't be priority. We would seek for the beauty within. In a perfect world, people would look at me and smile. Smile a smile that says, you're perfect the way you are. I wish the standards that were set was to be smart, be kind, be selfless, instead of be light-skinned, have long hair, have slim waists and thick hips. In a perfect world, I wouldn't have thoughts of suicide. I wouldn't call my friend 5 in the morning with a knife in my hand telling her I can't take it anymore. It's become too much. In a perfect world, everyone would recognize that I'm not contagious. I'm as normal as anyone else. I'm probably even cooler than you. But without given the chance, I'll never get to prove that.
To be strong and be confident, you have to be confident in your own skin, or else society will take you down, because we do live in a judgment, regardless of whether we like it or not, we do live in a judgmental society. It could be, you could be overweight and people will judge you, so we need to accept that, accept who we are, and once you're comfortable in your own skin, then you have nothing to worry about. And also, I would say, be prepared for being confronted. I remember when people would confront me and ask me what's vitiligo and ask me a whole bunch of questions, I wasn't prepared to answer them because I was still in denial. So I'd say own up to it, accept it, and prepare for yourself for how you're going to answer when you speak to children. So that's one of my worst fears, actually, is dealing with children, because they're the most innocent, curious kids ever. So they're gonna come out and they're gonna be blunt and bold and be like, you're two different color skins. Like, that's what I actually fear with my niece when she gets to that age, when she notices. I'm like, oh my goodness. Or when she has her little birthday parties, be like, I'm gonna have to tell all these kids what's wrong with me. So I'm still working on a story. I'm gonna say like I'm a superwoman or something, like come up with something clever.
If someone was to ask me, if a cure was found today for vitiligo, would I take it? I would say that that's a tough question, just because I'm still working on fully accepting myself. But deep down, my gut is telling me no, just because it's become a huge part of who I am today. Without me having vitiligo, I probably wouldn't be speaking to all of you today. Without having vitiligo, I probably wouldn't be as sensitive as I am with other individuals. Vitiligo has made me into a better person, and I like who I am today. Vitiligo has its ups and downs, pros and cons. I have my bad days and good days, but doesn't everybody else?